I love running, but not as much as I love exploring. And not as much as I love exploring with the people I love exploring with. I also love biking in the same way that I love running. In the same way that they're practically the same thing. In the way that it's really just running except with a little more wheel, a little more metal, and some mechanical advantage. Different mediums you can work with to sculpt your adventures. So pick a medium. Or don't. Climb if you want. It's also running. There are really no rules to this. If you have a bunch of kit, you can always dwindle it down into a classic run. Any decision you make, conscious or unconscious, can be undone or changed to make what you're doing even more beautiful. And now, to really get started, you usually need to leave the house. And this is the hardest part. Starting. I've found that running, specifically alone, is usually the most accessible way to start. It has the least amount of kit, prep, or planning. And I think you should probably start that way, alone specifically. Friends have the potential to add a layer of friction that can stop you from going outside. But friends also have the potential to get you started. So invite all your friends. Make an impromptu exploration group. Find rocks and push each other to go further. Push each other to take breaks and breathe and sing and wrestle and dance. Make sure you dance. Try swimming. Get some boards involved. Make a last-minute one-way downhill camping trip out of a Prius and some bikes. Scramble on that rock together. Bring a sandwich. Kiss them. Or go with yourself, which, when you're doing all the things that exploring can bring out, can feel like you're really with yourself. But anyway, you're running, which can really be any pace or duration. You really only have to call it a run for it to be a run. One foot in front of the other. Maybe you have an end goal, maybe you don't. Maybe you're listening to music to make it more epic, or you're documenting it to make it a game. Just be sure to take as many detours and side paths and digressions and U-turns as possible. Dead ends are subjective and not real unless you die where you stand. Be sure that if you're in a city, you try to find as much nature as possible, stubbornly. Running's great because it can be so well undefined. Know that fences that guard nothing are usually just for children and beg for you to explore them. You'll probably end up seeing something new every time you go out, even if it's just around your block, a new shrub, window, or path. Occasionally you'll find something mildly amazing and be grateful that you decided to go when you did. I've noticed that spontaneous magical things don't usually come out when you stay in your room alone. The magic doesn't end when you stop, though. Your thoughts will be slower, or faster, more deliberate for sure. You're tired in the best way, you're hungry in the best way. If you keep it up, you'll start feeling better. Maybe you won't start wanting to run, but you'll want to explore at a pace that others will call running. So do it. If you have to, do it for the practicality. If it starts getting boring, start starting from a different place. Find new people. Go without a shirt, go at dark, go at dusk. Look for treasure, pick up some trash, race the traffic, make it useful. The hardest part will always be the first step, and then the second, and then the third. So go. Right now. If you can't go right after you're done doing what you're doing. It might not seem productive, but it'll always feel like time well spent.